You know, blessings about the new year in. We are now in 2022. We're now in 2022. Now, I know everybody set their New Year resolution, or what their do's and don'ts, or what their goals are, or what they're seeking to accomplish, right? But I know even today on New Year's, I wake up this morning. Well, I went to bed at 11:30. I was trying to stay up to bring in the New Year, but God put me to sleep at 11:30, and I'm just waking up. But it's now, it was 10:30 when I got up. It's now 11:24 a.m. of January 1st, 2022. And I'm watching the news. I'm watching the news when it's the same thing, man. People shooting and killing and shooting at each other. And they're all young, you know, they're young people, man, doing that. Like, it's demonic. But what I want to talk about today is the roles of the elder, the adults, the OGs, this so-called self-proclaimed triple OG, double OG, single OG, 5 stars, this and that and all that they claiming that they are the OGs. And these OGs with these platforms, OGs on the block, just OGs, period. And when you say OGs, we don't mean I don't mean gangsters. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about OGs, men who've lived several decades and experienced the worst of the worst, right? But are still alive here to tell their story, right? See, when it comes to me, and when I get around young people, young males, youth, teenagers, or in the early 20s, or my message and my energy to them always is to inspire them. You know, I speak to them briefly, see what it is they do, and then I tell them to go ahead and pursue that. And that it is attainable for them to accomplish that. You know what I'm saying? I don't encourage them to go rob nobody and kill no fucking body. Excuse my language, but I get upset. And I'm very disappointed in this platform that I like, that I watch, because, you know, it's a good platform and artists go in there and they, you know, have interviews and stuff, and they be giving up game. But this rapper just came through there. I'm not even going to say his name. I don't even want to know his name. I never heard his music. I'm never going to listen to his music. But obviously, he's on that platform, so that means that he has a fan base. Because just anybody can go to that platform. And for that young man to say that he'd rather rob people than go get a job. If he was to come on my show, you know, in this live right here, or my bingo, and he come on my stream or my Instagram live and say something like that, I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna applaud and make him feel good, like it's okay to do that. My first thing would have been like, wait a minute, hold up. Because that's not the message that I send on my platform. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel right now, or come on my live on my YouTube right now at Hoodstar World. Go subscribe right now, Hoodstar World on YouTube, and I'm on Bingo right now. Hoodstar World. But I most definitely would not have encouraged that. I would have told him, listen, that's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? That's the wrong energy you want to send out to the world. And not only that, I would have asked him, have you ever been to prison? I ain't talking about to the county jail. I'm talking about prison. Like, have you done some years in prison? Because if you've done some years in prison, then that won't be the message that you're trying to send out or portray, like You're supposed to get cool points. And I wish that we take that out of the culture. Take that out the culture, man. Look outside. Look at the news, man. I woke up this morning watching news this morning. And you know the first thing that woke me up? It said 80 shots rang out in Philadelphia. They show a van pull up, 5 people, 5 young men get out of it, run to the corner, just reckless, run to the corner, and just start shooting down the street at whoever's down there until they empty their clip, and then they jump back in the van, and then they took off. The Wild Wild West, man. And then at those parties last night, for the people who went out last night and not paying attention, don't care whether or not they get sick and they're gonna die. There were a whole lot of parties that were full with a whole, celebrities and everything. And it's showing up. That's why when I used to go to parties and have my showcases and do shows, I used to always bounce before the let out. Everybody knows you're not supposed to stay around for the let out. When the let out, people going outside, they're high, the pills are kicking in, and they're drunk, and they're agitated, and then they go to the cars and get their guns and just stand around waiting for somebody to say something. Like the devil is not a liar. The devil is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. When God kicked the devil out of heavens for being disobedient, didn't want to prostrate to Adam. He didn't want to go down and, bow down to Adam. He didn't want to submit. God said, everybody bow down. Everybody take a knee. And he refused to because he said he was made of fire. He's more powerful. And so he said he's going to lead the world astray and make him go left instead of going right. And sure enough, look at the world we live in today. It's happening all over the world, though. It's not just happening here in America. But the kids are so easily influenced. Like now, the kids from 10 to 13, they're influenced by social media and what they keep putting on TV. So now all the little boys, they're all saying they're gay. And the parents, a lot of parents are agreeing with, okay, you're gay, honey. Yeah, you were born gay. Yeah, whatever. So they're just teaching them like, yo, I know that when you get to this age between 10 and 13, you're searching and researching and trying to, get your identity and trying to see what it is. But, if you keep pounding something in somebody's head every day, then you program them, Just like when the police interrogate somebody and put them in a room for a murder or whatever, and they sit there and say, did you do it? And you're like, no. And 20 minutes later, you did it, right? No, I didn't. An hour later, you did it because you said you did it. And you're like, what? And then it tricks the brain. They got techniques to trick your brain. And you're like, oh yeah, I did do it. I don't know why I did that. Then they leave the room like, we got him. He just confessed. Charge him. Another strike for us. Great job. And then you go to court like, what happened? How'd you interrogate him? Oh, that's dismissed. Case dismissed. That's illegal. You can't do that. You use military tactics and interrogation tactics. It's crazy, bro. So to all the OGs out there, man, condoning that type of behavior, shame on you. Shame on you. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It is truly embarrassing to see OGs when that young man said, well, I'd rather rob people than get a job. Because, when you rob somebody, you get a job. I mean, you would rob somebody and get $5,000. It's better than going to get a job and getting paid weekly. Oh, yeah? Well, that $5,000 don't add up when they catch you, right? Either the person who you rob and they catch up with you and put something hot in you and put you in the dirt, or if the police catch you and put you in prison for 20 years for armed robbery or home invasion. You ready to do that time? And about 99.999999999 of them are not ready to do that time. So they're going to tell their mom, they're going to tell their dads, they're going to tell their cousins, they're going to tell all their friends. Anybody that's doing criminal type of activity, they tell them. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. They tell them, bro. They all tell them. So me as a, an OG, right? By age, I ain't talking about an OG. I ain't never been in nobody's gang. I ain't never do none of that. I'm in God's gang. But I did indulge in criminal activity because it was the environment, no excuse, but I was getting money. You know what I'm saying? I was getting money in the mid 90s all the way up to like in the like 90 from like 90 91 all the way up to 2002. It's nothing to be proud of. It's not like I graduated from college or I made it to the NBA, because that was my ultimate goal, was to make it to the NBA. When I was a kid in high school, when I went to college and all that. But that didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So I joined the military. But I played ball in the military the whole time I was there. So with that being said, OGs, man, it's time, bro. It is January 1st, man. It is time to step up to the plate and stop being fucking soft asses and yeah. Oh, you think what? You want to do what? You want to rob somebody? You want to do a home invasion? Oh shit! You need a gun to do it? I got guns. Sad state of affairs that we live in today. And I'm talking about within our community itself. I ain't talking about outside of the community. Can't blame nobody. You can't blame nobody else. You can't do none of that, man. Gotta stop the blame game. The blame game is whack, dog. It's the mindset and the behavior that is hindering the growth and the elevation. The hood gonna remain the hood forever if the mindset don't change. You think the Jewish community were rich when they first got here to America? They were poor. You think the Italians were rich? When my mom was a child growing up in North New Jersey, she told me the stories. She told me, she said, listen, when I was a kid, the Italians were just like us. They were like Puerto Ricans. They were poor, living in the hood among us, among the blacks, Puerto Ricans, everybody. We all lived in the same, in North 7th Avenue. You know what I mean? Bloomfield Avenue. That whole area. There was no separation. But then the Jews, they said, nah, this is what we gotta do. You go get a job, we're all gonna live here. You go do the job, you go get a job, and then you stack all your money for a year. We're gonna put all that money together, we're gonna buy a piece of property. And then from this piece of property, then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that. And then they started buying up everything. So that's why in the inner city, in the cities, they own everything. All the buildings, all the properties. And the same thing with the Italians. They did the same thing. I don't know, we're going to get together, put our money together, but we're going to get property, we're going to build pizzerias, Italian restaurants, gaming halls, pool halls, whatever. They were all entrepreneur mind. They had a business mindset. They didn't say, oh, we're going to buy a bunch of guns, and we're going to buy a whole lot of pills and a whole lot of drugs. We're going to do them. We're going to do them. We're going to give them to our kids, and then their kids are going to do them, and then their kids are going to do them. And then you're going to tell the kids to go outside and be idiots. Go outside and shoot and kill each other. And then how do you know who's who? Especially now. Everybody wearing hoodies with the hoodie up with the mask on. With the same jeans on, the same hoodie on, the same body build, same body type. It is so weird, bro. But I've seen it, and I've seen it, and I've seen it, and I've been saying that today was going to come to this point 15 years ago. I said, if this isn't curbed right now, 15 years ago, this is what's gonna happen. Now it's like a third world country. You could be riding down the street, minding your business, getting ready to go to take your kids to the mall or to the park, and a stray bullet just comes from 2 blocks that way or somewhere and goes through your car and kills one of your kids or you, or into a church. Because that just happened. Some teenager female, young lady, fired a gun and the stray bullet went into a church and killed the lady that was at the pulpit reading the Bible. Dead. Like, they caught the girl. And she's like, oh, like, I'm sorry. It was an accident. It's gonna be an accident now. Soon you get in them prison walls, them girls, them women, they're gonna violate you. Cause you young going to prison. They're gonna violate you. Ooh, Lord. You're gonna be washing a whole lot of underwears. You're gonna be doing a whole lot of cleaning toilets and bathrooms and washing people's clothes for free, cooking for them, getting beat up, sexually assaulted. That ain't nothing sweet. I don't know why y'all chasing that. You dream chasing that? That's nightmares. That's chasing nightmares, but that's a nightmare, bro. I wouldn't wish that not even on my worst enemy, man. Seriously. And to the OGs, man, y'all need to stop it. I remember when I was getting ready to come home, when I was doing my bid, right? And people were getting ready to come home and they were older, like in their 40s. Some of them was in their 50s. And they were like getting jumped in to join gangs before they went home. And then I asked one, I said, yo, why you do that, bro? What made you do it? He goes, man, well, you already know where we from, bro. No, you ain't got no choice, bro. I ain't had no choice. My whole block is blood. So I ain't got no choice but to jump, to go to join them. Because when I go home, they ain't trying to hear that. You want to buy a bean pie and all of that. Do you want to pray? Or let's go to the masjid? Nah. I remember one time, a few years back, probably like about 20 years ago, really. My aunt came to visit from Puerto Rico to Newark, New Jersey with her son. Her son at the time was 15. In fact, it was when the Giants beat the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl that year, I believe it was. Something like that. The Giants won the Super Bowl. Or it might have been when they upset New England. Anyway, just neither here or there. But so my aunts in the house, so they sent my cousin to the store, the corner store, the bodega. They sent him to the store to get something from the store to bring back to because they're cooking. So he wore his Giant, the New York Giants football jersey, the blue one, proudly because that was his team. So he was from Puerto Rico, so he was in New Jersey, so he felt as though he was connected, like, it's my team. He was proud to wear that jersey. But when he goes to the store, the dudes that were outside the store were all Bloods. So when he walked up, they G-checked him, but he don't know what that is. He's from Puerto Rico. He didn't even know no English, and they was talking to him. You know what I mean? And then he went in the store. He just walked in the store and got what he was going to get. And then when he came out the store, they shot him in his chest 3 times, bro. Killed him over a football jersey, a color. So that's how brainwashed our community is over colors. Brainwashed, bro. They got the whole culture brainwashed. Marketing, promotion, and they accomplished their goal because this plan was brought together in the 50s. Now, when I was away, my cellmate, he was an OG. He was like 70 something. So he lived through that time. And he sat at that table. You know, he was a major kingpin player in North Jersey. And he told me all the story. He was writing a book. And when he was writing that whole time, he was letting me read. Like every chapter when he finished, he said, read it. And I was reading it. And then he said he's going to make a movie about it when he got home because his sons are movie directors. And they did some work. And their work been on Showtime and stuff like that. But I got to go do my research. I'm not sure if they ever did this story on their dad. But anyway, what he told me, when they came in and had, because what happened was, every time they sent their crew to go to New York to get, you know, their shit, whatever, on the way back, they was getting pulled over. They kept getting pulled over by Montclair, you know, police. And then the police back then, they were taking everything, the guns, the drugs, and everything, and then letting them go. They were coming back like empty handed, like, yo, these fucking people keep pulling us over, and they taking this shit from us. They ain't locking us up or nothing. And that happened to my uncle too. One time he was coming from New York, and he told me he had like 15 pounds of weed. And when a cop pulled him over on the turnpike, New Jersey Turnpike, state troopers pulled him over. And then they found all the weed. And you know what? They let my uncle keep 2 pounds, and they kept the other 10 and told him to get out of here. So what the OG told me was what they did was they had enough, man. So they fought back. So they blew up the fucking, they threw Molotov cocktails into the police pavilion. You can Google it. The police pavilion in Montclair, New Jersey. And blew that shit up. And when they do that, they seen that, you know, a couple of them cops got shot and killed, shit like that. You know, it was a war. And finally, they brought them to the table. They brought them to the table and said, listen, this is what we're going to do. From now on, when your people come off that bridge, off of the George Washington Bridge, this is the route you to take. Don't come this way. Go that way, and we won't harass you. But this, what you got to do. You got to keep it in. This is the borderline. It's not allowed past that. Keep it in your neighborhoods, in your hoods. You could do all the pimping. You could do all the, there was no crack back then, but you could sell all the coke you want to sell, all the heroin, whatever it is you got going on. But do not bring it over here to affect our children. Then the 60s came, and, you know, and then the 70s came, and then the hood just kept getting more and more and more. And then those babies were born, you know, coke babies, heroin babies. Back then was a real big LSD era. You know, them babies were born, the psychedelic babies from the 70s. Cool, man, peace. You tripping, we trippy. And then those kids grew up and started doing in the 80s, started doing crack, and then the crack babies started being born in the 80s. The 80s was crazy, bro. Not as crazy as it is now, you know, with the guns. Like, see, back then, not everybody had the guns or that mindset to go out and be a killer. Because it wasn't being pushed in the kids' heads through the music, through social media, you know. That social media plays a major part. That's why in some countries around the world, they ban social media. It's banned. Because of the power and the influence that it has. And yo, go follow me on Instagram at Hoodstar365. Let's get my Instagram and let's get this bingo and my YouTube over 10,000 followers and subscribers. Okay? Come support my platform. You know, truth be told, I'm sharing my experiences, my life experiences, being honest, and my wisdom. And my, you know, the knowledge that I formulated through studying and reading and experience, you know, I want to share with the world, man, that we better than to grow up and do that. Because they're training the kids young. You see them on social media and they think it's cute. That one thing I seen with the one post I seen, the lady used henna. They used henna and tattoo, the little baby. He had to be like 9 months, 10 months. He could stand up. And you guys seen it because it went viral. And he put the chain on him with the bandana. And then you see the girls that age at 1, 2 years old, and the parents are twerking and the little baby's twerking. So they training them young for the ignorance. And then when they turn 5, 7, then they put the gun in their hand. The kids want to be, the kids are listening to how adults are talking and behaving, and now they're doing it, and they think it's cool. It's funny. Oh, he's so cute. And then when he turned 13, he'd be the one shooting you dead. But you was the one saying, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Now, you got to monitor what your kids are doing on your phones. I'm on my kids. What you doing? What you got going on? Let me see that phone. Who are you talking to? What are you doing? Let me see. Check. Any type of violation, take the phone. Break the phone. If there any violation, take the Xbox. I took my son's Xbox. I slammed that shit. I broke that shit. He was a major red, code red. He went into code red, man. Violation to the ultimate power, man. Took his cell phone and his fucking Xbox. You're going to do how I grew up. I didn't have none of that. All I had was a basketball. So go outside and go shoot the ball 1,000,000 times, bro. Go to the NBA. Live, bro. Don't let the society, wig you out, man, and misguide you and lead you astray. Listen to your parents. Unless your parents are walking you off the cliff, then don't listen to them. But if your parents are giving you good advice and good guidance and they feeding you and housing you and clothing you, then you respect and you listen to your parents. Because all we're trying to do is just save you the heartache. Save you the time and the energy of the heartache and the pain. And the pain. Because when you get shot, they don't, shot, oh man, they feel good, bro. Oh my God, that is, you feel it? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, do it again. No, it pain. It hurt. Then when you go to the hospital, you're fortunate enough to survive that, they cut you wide open. They cut you from here all the way down and open you up, and they gotta make sure and they check what internal organs has. They gotta. It's within minutes, and if you survive that, then they sew you right up, and that scar doesn't disappear. It doesn't go away. You have that scar forever and deformity. On this side, stomach like sticking out on that. You know what I mean? So now you're not taking your shirt off. You're not taking your shirt off. You're not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? So there's consequences to that type of behavior. So to the OGs, man, I'm speaking to you directly. To the OGs who got platforms, or you on the internet, or you on the block, whatever it is you're doing, and you got teenagers around you, or young people, and they're 19, 20, or up to 25. But shit, it's grown ass men outside acting like little kids, man. So if that's you, I need you to stand in front of your mirror and reflect on yourself and your character. And just think, would you be okay with an OG misguiding your child? Would you be okay with that? If an OG is misguiding your child? Huh? Would you? Because I know I'm not. So to that show, I'm very disappointed in you that you didn't check that young man for him stating that on your platform, and it went viral. Everybody's posting it. It's viral. And Mike Saran spoke about it too. I'm gonna play it for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Like, you know, I go rob a nigga and get this money. Why would I go to work for a week?
You hear the OGs laughing in the backdrop?
Yeah. Some niggas ain't good robbers, so they, gotta stick to the night.
They might be better at working a job than robbing.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Nah, I mean,
but you gotta think, for real. Like, if I go do this to somebody and get.
She said it makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
In like 20 minutes.
What's wrong with her, bro?
That's not. Go to work about $200
for a week.
She's encouraging her. Look, you're laughing.
But how much? I feel you.
Well, why didn't nobody say that it don't make sense to do 20 years for robbers?
Right.
When you only gonna make 7,000 or 9,000, but you're gonna do the 20 years for robbers. There's so many things wrong with this video, right? The main thing is that it's adult people laughing at a young boy who's misguided and misled.
Definitely misguided.
Nobody giving them levels of guidance. Nobody telling them that don't really make sense. Or maybe because they don't know it don't make sense. Maybe this is some shit that they think is cool. And that's where I think was going on here. These kids are being guided by the wrong people. They're taking advice. They're getting information. They're doing everything from the wrong people. The fact that this young boy's mentality thought that was something you should say, right? Because if you rob somebody, right, there's a victim of that robbery. The fact that you got on TV and talking about you robbing people doesn't make sense. That's another aspect that doesn't make sense. We gotta do a lot better, and that's what the problem is a lot of you grown ass so-called OGs and grown folks is sitting there allowing these kids to say and do dumb shit in your face. And you laughing and making it seem like it's okay. It wasn't nothing funny. It wasn't nothing cool about that. Was some dumb shit. And you were supposed to say, young blood, that's some dumb shit. And not be afraid that he might not want to do an interview or might not think you cool. Because you ain't supposed to be cool with no kid that's telling you some dumb shit when you know better. Stop trying to be cool with these kids when they're telling you dumb shit, man. That boy said a bunch of dumb shit, and those grown folks is the problem because they sat there and allowed him.
You see what I'm saying? And I agree with him. Somebody should have stepped in and said, no. But you know what the problem is? A lot of these platforms have these people created these platforms and they talking, but they never experienced any of the stuff they're talking about. By their reaction tells me, for the 3 hosts that were sitting there, that they never been to prison before. That they never been in a shootout before. That they never been in the trenches before, got selling drugs, to eat and to feed your family, taking a chance of getting robbed or getting, killed or going to prison. So platforms like this should be checked. When you listen to people talk, you got to make sure that they have the qualifications to speak on that subject. Like me, I'm not going to get on this on the internet and start speaking about this subject if I don't have no experience with it. Just like I'm not going to go and speak about something that, like, say, car racing. I never raced a car in my life. Or flying planes. I ain't never fly a plane in my life. But I can talk about this. I can talk about basketball. I can talk about graduating high school. I can talk about going to college. I can talk about going to a trade school. You feel me? I can talk about starting a business and how to get your LLC and your EIN number. I can tell you I can talk about how to start a clothing line or your own brand, how to start a printing business. I can tell you how to start a radio station, an internet radio station, or how to start a mixtape series, or even your own podcast. So I have the qualifications to speak on what I'm speaking on. But these brothers right here and that sister that was speaking and laughing and encouraging the young man like he's cool. Like she understood what he was talking about. Like, really? Say that's your mom or your dad or your brother, your sister that they're gonna go rob and they shoot him and kill him. Would you have the same perspective on that? Have you ever experienced that pain of somebody in your family or one of your friends being shot and killed? senseless gun violence. It's like, to me, it's like they think they're in a video game or something. Like, you only get one shot, bro. When you make that decision to shoot that gun or to do that robbery, right? You only get one shot, bro. Because the person you're gonna go around, he might have thing on him too, and he busts at you first and kill you. It's happened. It was all over the internet 2 weeks ago. They came into this man's house to do a home invasion, and he did what he did to defend his home and his family. There was 3 of them. He left two dead. One was dead in his house. One was dead in the yard. The other one was wounded, and he took off, and then he collapsed while he was driving. And he died. So we got to tell these kids the truth, man. Stop lying to them, man. And when you go and you get locked up and go to prison, ain't nobody gonna write you. They might do in the beginning, but then the world forgets about you. The world goes on, bro. The world continues. It doesn't stop because you went to jail. Yeah, they might post something on social media so you can see it, you know. They have devices in prison now. I don't know why or how. I mean, that's crazy to me. Yeah, we didn't have none of that shit, man. It was just me and my thought process and my pen and paper. And I used to just write all the time and read all the time. You know? I used to write my kids all the time. Tell them I love them. I'm sorry for the bad choices that I made, for the decisions that I made, that I hurt them. Then I had to watch them grow up. And I missed 10 years of their lives, man. You know? Misguided, bro. The kids, we gotta stop saying they're kids. Once you reach 13 years old, you're not a kid anymore, because that 13-year-old can kill you. So we have to, this society has to stop looking at them like they're kids. They're not kids, man. They're like the kids, the young today, they have emotional and disconnect and desynthesize with reality. There's so much going on around them that they are desynthesized. Then they sit in their rooms playing Xbox all day long. Fortnite, Call of Duty, and the other game. What's the other game? There's like so much violence. They do carjacking, do everything in that game. Forgot what it was called. So yeah. So we got to be mindful, man. OGs, man. Stop being clowns. Stop trying to fit in. You're too old for that. Stop trying to be damn. Trying to be their friend or trying to be their homie and all that. No, give it to them straight up. Like, I know I gave it to the kids straight up and said, listen, man, don't do that. Do this. There's one kid, I said, yo, he was like, yo, man, how can he started asking me questions? You know, he's seen what I was doing. So I want to start my own brand. All right, well, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. Do this. I even gave him a printer. I got a new printer. I gave him the old printer. I said, yo, but this printer, you can put pictures, and you can put pictures on t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? So OGs got to do better, man. And all these platforms that the industry is supporting and they're pushing forth because they pacifying that type of behavior. Like, somebody come on my platform. Like, last week, I was on my stream on Bingo, right? And so they got a button that you push and it lets random people come on your live. You know, then you talk to them or whatever. So I had a teenager come on my live stream. So, you know, so I do music reviews and stuff like that. So I figured, you know, he wanted to talk about what he wanted, you know, as far as music. You know what the kid said to me when he came on my live stream? He said, let me see your stick. So I said, what you say? He said, let me see your stick. Let me see it. And I turned my music down. I said, what the fuck you just said? He said, and he pulled it and he picked his gun up and showed it. He showed his gun. I went fucking ballistic on his ass. He left the stream. I said, that was the dumbest shit somebody ever did on my fucking stream, ever. I don't know if you think that's cool. That's the most wackest, the most lame, coward, like, BS I ever seen in my life, bro. And these kids, they don't want to fight no more. They don't know how. And you see them, they be acting all tough, blah, blah, blah. And then when they show them playing around, they boxing, you see how they be throwing punches? Like girls. Like they feel like this. Like females. They don't even know how to throw a punch because ain't nobody, OGs ain't teaching them. OGs sitting right there staring on the block with them, chit-chatting and smoking and drinking with them. And not even showing them how to throw a jab. Step with the jab, I throw a right hand, left hand, throw a hook, throw them to the body, bring it up, uppercut, nothing. So the kids are scared. They're scared to fight. They're scared to get hit, and they're scared to hit. So they get a gun. And then when they get a gun, they feel like Superman. Everybody better not say nothing to me. I'm gonna shoot them. And then once you shoot them, and then if they catch you, then you go to prison. But even if they don't catch you, you are in prison within your own mind and your own subconscious. Because when you go to sleep at night, you start hearing things. While you're sleeping, you start feeling the cover come off of you. Or you start feeling like somebody's trying to stick their finger in your rectum. Or you start feeling somebody touching your ear. Or somebody. Yeah. If this happens to you, speak on it. You know, when you're sleeping, you feel like somebody's in your room. Or you're sleeping, you feel like somebody touched you. Or somebody grabbed you around the waist and picked you up. Or you know you were sleeping in this position, but now when you woke up, you're in another position. You know, with your butt tooted up. You're being haunted forever. And a lot of these kids that commit murder and think they got away with it, that's the price that they're paying for it. And they start losing their minds and getting anxiety and getting depressed and become schizophrenic and bipolar and agitated for any little thing because they're paranoid. Because now, every time you go outside, you thinking they're coming for you. The people's family who you killed, or the law, or that person who you killed haunting you. Everywhere you go, you feel that presence. So for you shooters and killers out there, you know what I'm talking about. If you think you got away with it, I know you're experiencing that for a fact. Because I knew one. I knew a killer and the shooter. And I used to always tell him that too. And I used to would deter him from that. Whenever he came out with me, I was like, yo, nah. Leave that shit home, bro. You don't need that where we're going. Where we're going, we're going to go network. We're going to go talk about the music. We're going to talk about the brand. We're going to go eat. There's women there. We're going to go say hi. We're going to say hello. We're going to shake all the fellas that's there performing and everybody that's there. We're going to shake their hands. We're going to exchange our social media. We're going to do all that, man. It's called networking. It's called growth, growing and building. We're not going there to fucking destroy and destruct, bro. And then when he went out, he was like, oh, shit. I remember the first time I ever took him to a showcase. I had a showcase I was invited to just do a walkthrough. And so when we got there, it was in Philly too. It was in South Philly. So when we got there, it was a banquet hall. So you had to go up the steps. It was nice. And then they had a big hall. So he had all the tables and everything set up real nice. It was dope. And but he had the main table in the front of the stage was the VIP, and they had 2 bottles on the table, and then they had my name on it, Hood Star. like this. So I brought my boy with me. I brought him, his brother, and there was somebody else. So, you know, so it was a showcase, like a talent show. So they're all performing, you know, for me, you know, to get my approval, I guess, right? So my boy was so paranoid the whole time he was there. Oh, I know who I brought there, my artist. I had my artist with me at the time. He performed too. So my boy, they kept going outside. So he went outside with my artist's cousin, excuse me, and they started smoking. And they used to smoke that wet, that PCP, that water, that walkie, that. So when he came back in, you know, to the venue and he sat at the table, I already knew. I said, oh, shit. He's high. Oh. I was like, you better not fuck this up for me, bro. Oh, man. And you look around you, bro. And it was full of all, you know, Philly dudes. I said, you better not start now, bro. We're getting killed in here, bro. So anyway, so then this artist got on stage and this artist did a freestyle. And this freestyle was so like it touched. Like it was you could feel his pain. He just came home. The guy did 25 years for murder. So he did it. He wrote a rap about it. He performed it. And it was heartfelt, bro. And my boy, when the dude got done, my boy was like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, suck my dick. Tell the nigga suck my dick, bitch. Saying all crazy shit, bro. So I was like, oh, man, here we go. And he just wouldn't stop, bro. Then he did another, somebody came on, he did it again. The father, like, yo, come on, man. Let's go outside, bro. Yo, and the dude, you know, who booked me, he's like, yo, what's up? And you leave? I said, no. I'm going to go walk my cousin, man, outside real quick, man. Before something, you know, happens, whatever. So he was like, all right. So then I took him outside, and I was like, yo, you two. My artist cousin, and then my boy. I said, listen, sit in my car until I get back. Oh, man, what the fuck, bro? I said, yo, chill right here, bro. Don't go nowhere, bro. So then I went back upstairs, you know, then we finished the show. Then a lot of dudes were agitated, like, yo, where them niggas at, man? I said, yo, you gotta excuse them, bro. They've been outside, smoked that shit, man, that Rocky. That's when they're acting all stupid, bro. He's like, oh, all right, because, man, we don't play that shit out here, bro. You know, I said, I know. That's why I made them leave, bro. It's all good, bro. We know we're here for the music. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, yo, follow my Instagram, huh? You know what I'm saying? We want to fuck with you, bro. All right, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So I kept him clear like that for like a good 8 years. And then he went back to doing what he was doing, and he ended up getting killed, bro. He ended up getting shot and killed. You know, I was being his OG. And he was already grown. But I'm older than him. I was older than him. So I said, what's up? Nah, bro. Nah, we ain't doing that. No. You know, we ain't doing that. I remember this one time he asked me, yo, man, I gotta move. You know what I mean? I'm moving in with my girl, or whatever. Can I borrow your truck? I gotta move my shit over there, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, no problem. Go ahead, bro. So he had my truck for like almost 3 days. So then he brought it back. So then when the weekend came, I went to the car wash and I had the truck, you know, washed, whatever. And then when I popped the back open and I lift up where the tire is, the spare tire, when I picked the cover up from the spare tire, I seen gloves, masks. And I was like, it was 2 masks and gloves. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is this shit in my truck for? I put 2 and 2 together. 1, 2. Dumb and Dumber. No doubt in my mind, Dumb and Dumber. So then when I rolled through the hood, then I rolled out and I seen my man, I rolled through there and he's like, yo, and I pulled up, yo, what's up, bro? He's like, yo, nigga, this your truck? And I was like, yeah, what was that? Said, yo, man, your boy, he had this truck, right? Like, yeah, yo, you should sell this truck, dude. I said, why? He goes, dog, they was out here wilding, bro, robbing everybody in this truck. This right here, this red Cherokee, bro. It's robbing everybody, bro. I said, what? Am I? Nah. I go, no. Yeah. So I went back to his house. Like, yo, man, what the fuck, man? He's like, man, I swear to God, man, I ain't do that. Remember? Yeah. I got a picture of him up on my wall. He remember. You know, that could have cost me my life or my daughter's life, because I always got my daughter with me since she was an infant. You know, I'm a single parent. So why would you put me in that position? You know what I'm saying? So, OGs, you out there, if this happens to cross your path, not to bash you, not to demean you, but to pull you up as a man, as a grown man, as an OG. Feed the information positive, you know, inspire them, man. Tell them, yes, you can do it. You can become that. What is it you want to be, man? All right, listen, this is what you can do. Do this, do that, do that, do that, do this. So go online, do that. Oh, you don't know how to read and write? Well, look, I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to bring my laptop to your house and to do and sign you up for this and sign you up for that, this and that. And yo, this episode of Respect the Game, the podcast, is brought to you by Hoodstar World, the brand, hoodstarworld.com. So go cop up streetwear that fits good and comfortable. You know what I mean? You can wear it anywhere. Throw a pair of jeans on, put on a flannel shirt. You can go to a club with it, or you can just be outside with it, or whatever. But, you know, we got different logo colors, whatever, white, blue, red, yellow, and Texas red. All right, and cop the hoodies. We got the hoodies, we got the t-shirts, got the hoodies right here, the red hoodie, the blue hoodie. You know what I'm saying? So go to hoodstarworld.com and go support the brand. And if you want to donate, you can donate via Cash App to the platform, you know, to keep the lights on and keep the things afloat. You can go ahead and don't make your donations to Hoodstar 365 TV Radio 01 at Cash App. Hoodstar 365 TV Radio 01. Anything and everything will be greatly appreciated. But we got to get this message out. Share the live. Share the information. Tell them young kids, teenagers, young adults that they're trying to see and live. They need to stop doing what it is they're doing. Stop being followers. Don't worry about if they call you a lame or a duck or you a punk or you don't want to ride for the team or you don't want to ride for the gang or you don't want to ride for the squad. What? When you sit in prison, ain't nobody gonna ride for you, bro. You ain't getting no commissary. You ain't getting no stamps. You ain't getting no mail. You ain't getting shit. All you're gonna get is fucking shitted on. Your girlfriend or your boyfriend, because women go into prison too, they're gonna get new boyfriends and girlfriends within 6 months of you being gone. Your kids are going to be calling somebody else pop or dad within 9 months. Your woman is going to be sleeping or your boyfriend's going to be dating your friend. And they all forget about you. And you be sitting there all lonely and depressed, just working out. Keep working out, coming home big as hell, like you accomplished something. Like you graduated from college. Like you're supposed to get some stripes because you was an idiot and committed the crime and went to prison. You don't get no stripes for that. Ain't nothing to glorify that. What's so wonderful about that? That's corny. Whack. It's stupid. is asinine. If that's your goal, is to go to prison or to get killed, you need to fucking look in the mirror and reflect. Are you sure that's what you want? Okay, baby? The goal is to live long enough to see the grays come in your beard. Okay? The goal is to have kids, and then your kids grow up and become adults and have children. Then you have grandkids. This is my grandbaby, my youngest. That's the goal. The goal is not to self-destruct and bring so much pain and destruction to your community, to your family. Because when you get shot and killed, who's going to pay for your funeral? So now you're going to leave everybody in debt because you were being an idiot. And now you got shot and killed, and now they got to pay to bury you. And nobody got money for that. Nobody. Or for your tombstone. Who's going to pay for your tombstone? This shit going to be like a little sign with the grass growing all along around it. We got to do better, bro. We got to do better. This is ridiculous, man. This is a pandemic within a pandemic, equaling an epidemic, retardation, mental illness, because that's what it is. It's mental illness. It's demonic. The devil, see, going back to that, remember he said, he promised God that he was going to lead as many people as possible astray. He ain't lying. You know that phrase, the devil's a liar. Well, no, he ain't. No, he not. No, he not. Put your social media on and just scroll. It don't take long. You're going to see something demonic on there. And we got to protect the young, see? She's 3 now. Got to protect her mind, bro. And protect her soul from that nonsense. And then they got, can y'all please stop listening to rappers and telling y'all how to live your lives, please? Women, look at Cardi B. A couple of days ago, she said, it's an investment to invest in your BBL before you invest in fixing your teeth. I mean, she not said a whole lot of ignorant stuff, but that took the cake right there, bro. I never was a supporter of her or her music. Her music's trash to me, but that's who the industry picked. They picked the most ignorant people to make stars, so then that person can be in front of in front of the kids' eyes and telling the kids to twerk. You know what I mean? To ask for money before they do anything, I can't speak how I want to speak like my grandma was here, but you know what I'm talking about. To sell their souls for money and to get a BBL before you get your teeth fixed. Well, I don't want my grandbaby to grow up to become that. I want her to grow up and become a respectable woman and an entrepreneur and a boss, and a millionaire, and be successful in life. Not dependent on no one, but I want her to love. See, love. I'll teach her how to love. So then when she grows up, she would know how to interview a man when a man approaches her, how to check his credentials, how to research him, and make sure he has good character. That he's not going to put his hands on her and violate her or nothing like that. If you're not worried, then there's something wrong with you. Because I'm worried. And I'm very protective. So we need the OGs. When I say OGs, I don't mean just male. I'm talking about men and women. You're older and you got young people around them, then teach them. You got young people around you that are always on their phone, check their phone and see what's really going on. Because that's what I did. My son was always on his phone. Till late at night. And I see him talking. I'm like, who you talking to? Oh, my friend from school. I said, oh, yeah? Okay. Then I went. I said, let me see. One day I went, I said, you know what? Let me see your phone. Give me that phone. Give me the phone. He's like, Dad. I said, put the phone in my hand. Okay. Now, what's the password? Who told you to put a password on the phone? What's the password? Put the password in the phone. And then I went, he thought he was smart. Now, he deleted like off his, Instagram and stuff like that. I said, oh yeah, this guy thinks he's smart. Okay. So I went to my computer, went to my Gmail, went to my Google account, and I checked how many emails do I have on my account. I know how many emails I created. And I went looking, and then I seen 3 emails that I don't recognize, that I didn't recognize. So I went to them, opened them up, went to the emails, boom, seen everything. Out of order. Code red, out of order, out of bounds. Flag on the play. Flagrant foul. A flagrant foul 1. He's ejected out the game. Okay? We don't play that. Oh, hell no. Major violation. So I took the phone, took the Xbox, Then God blessed us with a house. This all happened this year. Now we got a house. I never have a house in my damn life, bro. I was renting. And he blessed us, with the work that I put in every day, doing what I do, right? I'm here in the studio. I was doing it in the attic where I was living at before I moved here. I was in the attic for 2 years. If you go to my social media and you look and go see the progress, where I was, and where I started, and now where I'm here. So I bought TVs for every room, the Fire TV with the Fire Stick, So you have access to the internet on the damn TV. So everything was cool for like 6 months. No, the whole time we were here, about 4 months. Started training him, teaching him everything. Boxing, basketball, football, baseball, how to do lawn care, how to do construction. I was teaching him everything. Everything I had to do to his house. We painted the house, we did everything. Then I go back just to, to make sure, go do a recap, make sure everything's in order. And I go back into my Google account again. That's all you gotta do, parents. Don't worry about your kids that they're hiding on their phone. If they create an email and they're living in your house, that means they're on the same network as you. Or they're on your network. So I went and looked it up, and there it was again. I said, this kid's gonna make me knock his whole head off his shoulders. And I'm gonna end up losing everything that I worked so hard for, working day and night, because a child is being rebellious and is being influenced by the world, the social media, the internet. I know any child from a poor family, not even overseas, right here in America, would love to come live over here with me, because I have all these opportunities to him. You have opportunity to learn how to make merchandise, how to print, you could put pictures on t-shirts and something. I got an airbrush station where you can airbrush your clothing. I got drones. I got a beat machine. I got a production studio set up where you can record vocals and be an artist and make songs. I got camera to shoot videos and take pictures. I got the software, Premiere Pro, Adobe Creative Cloud, and it has all the apps. You can learn how to do animation, 3D, make NFTs. I mean, it's just a whole lot of opportunities sitting right here underneath your nose and under the same roof. And because of this internet and the influence of the people on the internet, the kids just rebel against their parents. They don't want to do it. Then when they grow up, they call you dad. Can I ask you a favor? What's that? Can I borrow some money? What? How much money you need? Yeah. Hey dad. Yeah. I need your help. Hey dad. What's up? I'm in the county. I need bail money. Yeah. But the whole time I've been talking like this. And I tell my kids straight up what it is. And they don't want to listen. Then you wanted to go the hard route. I was trying to save you from that, to not go down that hard road. But if you want to go down that hard road, then the choice is yours. But just know that when you decide to jump off that porch and you make that decision, then when the time comes when you got to face the piper, then face the piper. Don't put everybody in the game with you, because you chose to play that game. Don't go telling on your brother. Don't go telling on your cousin. Don't go telling on your uncle. Don't go telling on your dad. Don't go telling on your mom. Don't go telling on your friends. No. You go do what you got to do to serve that time like a man, like a grown-up. Because you want to be grown. You want to act grown, right? You grown. You know everything. You know what you're doing. You know life, right? So this is a talk. This 2020. This is 2022. So my New Year resolution is that the kids stop letting music and rappers influence their real lives. Those rappers that are making those songs and doing all that, they're not doing none of that. They live in a mansion. They live in a nice home. They got Bentley trucks, Lamborghinis, and they got all that. So stop listening to them. Point blank, period. They are not our spokespeople. They are not our role models. They are not. They are handpicked. And the industry picks the most ignorant, the most violent speaking, the most like that way to influence the youth. Look at where we got right now with the drill music. Now everybody's a gangster. Nobody wants to sing anymore. Nobody wants to dance anymore. Nobody wants to make love songs anymore. Nobody wants to rap about, being successful or how to get money. Nobody. All up and coming is because I do music reviews, so my email is full with thousands and thousands of songs. And for the last 2.5 years, I've been listening to them, and it's gotten worse and worse and worse. Every time they send me, it gets worse and just gets worse. Once in a while, you have one or two that's good, and then it gets worse. And just everybody's talking about the same shit. All the female artists are talking about their bodies and selling their bodies and getting money. All demonic music. They all got on the same kit with the wig, with the fake baby hair, with the big eyelashes, all the makeup, and going to get surgery on their bodies. That is to hide themselves from themselves. That's called self-hate. Then all the young men are all being brainwashed to they're all doing the same thing. They all want to be scammers. They all want to be shooters. They all want to be carjackers, robbers, drug heads, doing perks every day and becoming dope fiends and fiends. And guess what? The OGs are right there. Yeah, I get my medicine every month. I get like 100 perks that the doctor give me every month. But here you go, young man. Here you go. Sell them. And give me $100. Give me $150. Okay, young man. Go ahead, man. Yeah, do them shits, man. They get you high. They get you so high. And in 5 years, that young man, because now, back in the day when I was coming up, you know, an unk, we didn't call an unk until he got to his late 40s and 50s. And we didn't call women aunties until they got into their late 40s and 50s. You know, because alcohol abuse and drug abuse have taken a toll on them through all those years. So that's what, you know, that's what they become, right? Well, now, the unks and aunties, they're 25 years old, bro. They're 23 years old. They're 22-year-olds. All skinny fiends. Because they started at 15, 16, 17, doing perks, and drinking, and everything else that comes around that they think is cool to do. When I grew up, my era, we were hustlers, bro. If you was a drug addict, then that was frowned upon. Like, anybody look at you that shit wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? That shit not cool at all. So as an OG, I just want to share the information to let you know and to give you the warning that you don't want to go down that road, man. It's okay. Go to school. Go to work. Start a business. Start a podcast. Create content and post it. If you're funny, create funny content.